next chapter drop, we're going to talk
2
about...
weeks from now.
Well, that's a big oopsie. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the second episode, should be fourth episode of... What are you laughing about? This is a quality show, alright? And it is produced, and we are spending money on this, and we are putting time in, and it just makes me so angry that you don't take this seriously.
We are professionals.
We're professionals, damn it. Alright, what was it?
Professionals, damn it. This is Present Mike presents the present day. Not presented by Present Mike.
Oh boy, I cannot remember that.
Can I just acronym that when I upload it?
I mean, good luck.
Alright. So we had a really big schedule issue where we basically missed the last 2 weeks. So we've got 244, 245, and 246. Not nearly as bad as last time, where we had like half a year to go over.
We've got a manageable little mouthful of chapters this time.
Yeah.
To be fair, 244 had like no content, so...
Yeah, basically. So we would basically been like a 30-minute podcast, basically, if that. So, 244, the start of them as interns for fucking Endeavor. Worst dad in anime.
Well, I mean, debatable. The poor homunculus creature in Full Metal, but he's a close second.
He's pretty terrible.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, is turning your daughter into a horrible chimera really worse than, like, you know, having like 20 kids, like, purely for the fucking eugenics of it?
Hey, there is nothing wrong with eugenics. Oh god,
right.
That's out on the internet now.
Yep, alright, there you go. Okay, so...
As a Jew, I kind of hate you now.
That's not what I mean.
Yeah, sure it isn't. I'm sure you are a beautiful, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, freaking Aryan, not actually Aryan, freaking Hitler's wet dream, alright? But some of us have to live in the gutter.
I'd like to point out that that was coming from someone whose persona is a creature that dies if it gets wet.
Shut up. Chinchillas are nice and soft and fluffy.
Eugenics.
And also, I never want to reproduce.
I love that.
Oh, jeez. Alright, okay, so...
Okay.
Wonderful start to the podcast this week.
Starting on 244 for real, though. I'm a big fan of how Shoto is indeed the absolute slowest one out of all three of them. And also the fact that this guy's going, the stars are evil or conspiring, we must forestall them at all costs. And the guys in those offices are just like, hey, isn't that guy from that TV show? And the other guy's like, it's too fucking early for this. Like, supervillain attacks are such a common thing now. That they're like, oh, for fuck's sake, guy, it's like 7 a.m. Come on.
Ugh.
I got a freaking train to catch, man.
Yeah, it's like, it's not even like, it's like road work on your commute. It's not like, oh my god. It's supposed to be how people in the Marvel universe feel. Like, even when their windows explode, like, they're not really even all that bothered. They're just like covering their face, they don't get hit by glass.
Speaking of which, this is a way better use of how glass works than Shatterbird. I would just like to point that out.
Literally who?
You guys never read it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Super niche. I don't know why I mentioned it.
Cool.
Shout out to the one person that got that out of, like,
the three that are watching this.
Yeah, let's say 1,000 people watch this. I bet 2 people will understand what I just said. And 1 person will think it's funny.
We gotta promote this podcast harder.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to collab with other piece of content.
Yeah.
That no one has ever heard of.
Yeah. Fucking. I will say, like, this whole, like, grandpa guy with the glass powers. I'm not sure whether Endeavor is the best or worst hero to fight him.
Yeah, that does seem a little bit just asking for trouble. Because when you...
Like, just molten glass everywhere.
or even, like, just shattering it with the heat, because that happens.
Yeah.
You ever put a Pyrex thing in the oven and then... But, like, it's off-brand, and then you take it out of the oven, and it cools down too quickly, and it just goes everywhere.
Run some water over something you just took out of the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, like this whole like thing is like this entire chapter is basically just one big fight scene, and it's actually like it's very light on content, but I will say I really do like the way it's planned out. Like maybe it's just because we haven't had like a proper Horikoshi fight scene in a decent while, but it really does feel like there's a lot of motion in this, you know?
Yeah.
Like fucking like the way they're just zooming around, and then the boys, me and the boys helping Endeavor finally catch up, and they just get jumped by homeless people, and then Hawks just and just kills them with throwing stars, basically.
God, I love Hawks.
I don't like him.
Chapters have made me like him.
I mean, I don't like him, but I respect him, you know?
I've loved him from day one. Let that be on record. When he finally turns out to actually be some kind of traitor somehow to the heroes. And then
I mean, I would want him to... I want him to be
he
like
is the
Revolver
Snape
Ocelot.
of this series.
He's Revolver Ocelot.
What?
Like, oh god, Gabe, please tell me you know Revolver Ocelot, please.
I think that's Metal Gear, but I'm not on it.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
it is. Okay, so on Revolver Ocelot's wiki page, so his whole gimmick throughout the entire Metal Gear thing is that he betrays everyone. So there on the Metal Gear wiki, there is a list of, like, on his little bio tab thing of people, like, affiliations. There is, like, 20 formalies on there because he double-crossed them.
Oh,
like, it goes, the KGB, formerly, the CIA, formerly, the Patriots, formerly, the Philosophers, formerly, like, just going down every single major organization in Metal Gear he has worked for and betrayed. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. And that's how I want Hawks to be. I want Hawks to just be bouncing around. Like I want his wiki page to just be League of Villains, Heroes, Endeavor, like, all of them just reading formally because he's betrayed everyone.
Metal Liberation Army.
Yeah. I will say I do like how he just kind of gets under Endeavor's skin in a way that nobody else has.
He's like the son that he never had, except he had a whole bunch of sons and just never loved them.
No, now I'm just imagining, like, if Hawks does die, like, Endeavor goes to his funeral and be like, he was like the son I never had, and Shoto and his brothers are just in a corner, just like...
The fuck?
And Dabi's just like, excuse me?
Oh yeah.
And then Dabi becomes his new son, even though he was his son prior and got replaced by Hawks, and now he's the replacement son from himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Fucking that old man just straight out calling out Endeavor, though.
Yeah. I would just like to point out on the panel, though, where, like, Hawks just appears out of nowhere, that, like, Shoto is just nowhere to be seen.
He's too slow.
I don't know why Endeavor thought that the person with ice and, fire powers, but the fire powers are uneven, unlike his, so he can't use them to move very well, is going to be able to keep up with the dude that can literally just make himself stronger than the person that can propel themselves with explosions.
So you can actually see the moment Shoto arrives. In the panel it says, I thought Endeavor might have been in a pinch. You just see him, like, just running up.
Oh my god. He's way in the background.
Yeah, he's just like, he's just running, and then, like, the next panel, you can see his hair is all disheveled, he looks, like, he's holding it together, he looks a little, like he should be panting and, like, holding his side, like...
He had to just run, where, like, Deku and Bakugo pretty much just flew. Like, poor guy. I don't like Endeavor all that much. I don't like Hawks, but it's like, I kind of have to agree with Hawks, though. It's like,
Like, Endeavor's is like, if you're planning to assist, contact me first. It's like, what, you got a fucking Bluetooth earpiece, like, that's fireproof in there or something? Like, what the fuck? Like a hero's just taking phone calls, like, as they fight? Jesus.
Seems like Hawks is. He's always wearing headphones.
He's wearing his Beats by Dre, just...
Well, as we learn later in a chapter or two, he actually kind of does pick up just signals. Like, he says they're sound signals, but it basically acts the same as radio.
That's his power, though, not his...
Yeah, but, like...
Yeah.
You can... He's got a built-in antenna.
I mean, I guess you could infer that, like, he's using his headphones to pick that, because it's very clearly hero gear, but...
Yeah.
Alright, you know what? Fucking guys, what when Hawks is out on patrol, like, what's he listening to? Like, what's his jams? Or, like, what's on his Spotify playlist?
I mean, what about, like, just the Space Jam song? Like, I imagine he's that kind of person. And he's 22,
no.
so he's the right generation for it.
No, you know what? He's listening to the fucking, Hot Topic. Like, when you go into Hot Topic, that shit-ass, like, pop music that plays, he's listening to that.
I am offended.
We seem to all have completely different things. I thought he was gonna be listening to, like, new age rap that, like, only, like, suburban white boys listen to.
Oh, no.
Oh, the Spencer's soundtrack. Alright, then.
I thought that's what he was... Okay.
It could be either, honestly. Like he could... Yeah, I mean,
you
it could be
that
either.
Hot Topic music is shitty music remark.
Don't you
I
dare.
refuse.
Yes.
Alright, but yeah, like... But the old man, like, is going like, he is the root of darkness. He radiates, it invites darkness, it beckons destruction. Like, the fact is, like, people are dead ass just calling Endeavor out. It's like, nah, Endeavor, you're an absolute sack of human garbage. Like, nah.
I mean...
I wonder if that means he's gonna get, like, outed to the public soon for being an absolute piece of trash.
I mean, he doesn't even really hide the fact that he is, like, a horribly abusive parent. I mean...
He does the smart thing when it comes to the media, though. He just keeps his mouth shut.
But, see, this is Japan, though. This is Japan. Like, mental health is, like, a really big taboo in Japan. And he has a wife that's been up till recently locked away in a mental asylum.
I mean, she's still in there.
Is she? I thought I thought Shoto got her out.
No, he's just going to visit. They're all just going to visit.
Yeah, so... And if they're all visiting as well, I mean, like, his son... Like, Shoto is a pretty high... Like, important person right now because of the whole Camino incident. So, you know what I mean? It's... very likely that there's going to be some paparazzi that's been following him around, and now they realize, oh, Endeavor's wife is in an insane asylum, has been there for years. I wonder why. And it doesn't take that long to, like, dig in and be like, hey, wait, doesn't his son have a really fucked up facial scar? I mean, like, this shit wouldn't be that hard to figure out, and I guarantee you, like, I'm sure one of Endeavor's children is liable to just sell him out. Like, you know?
I agree.
Oops, I just bumped my microphone. Whoops.
Good job.
Very well produced and...
We are professionals here!
Yeah.
I'm definitely not just using my laptop and these broken-ass headphones.
You're welcome.
They need duct tape, bub.
Professionals.
Well, the Finger Destroyer kid.
Oh.
Like, I like how he just goes ramrod straight. Like, you don't... Like, this manga didn't even need a fucking anime. You can tell from the way he's standing that he just snapped to that.
Yeah.
Like,
and he's also just like, Tokoyami, I'm so fond of him. I'm so proud. One whole bird, him and I.
Okay.
Oh, God. When Tokoyami reaches drinking age, he's gonna get real fucked up when he sees eggs in the fridge.
No!
Ew.
Oh god, I know what you're referencing to.
Yeah.
Oh god. Like, why is he a bird? Like, that's still like a thing. Like, why is he a bird?
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Because he do.
Yeah.
Because he do.
Right up like after that, I think it's mostly just like
No, there's one last thing we need to address.
the Special Liberations book.
Yes, that the quote that they give out of it. When freedom is the only. Sorry. When freedom is only granted to a select few, the burden necessarily shifts to everyone else.
I'm looking at, if we only allow freedom to a certain few, the consequences shall fall on those who lack it.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the official one, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's just translation shenanigans. I mean, it gets the same general idea across.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I really don't like the Special Liberations Front thing. Like, I'm really not a big fan of it. You know? Like, it feels... I'm trying to, it feels like it's trying to redo the League of Villains because the League of Villains is so small now. Like, when League of Villains started up, we had Spinner, we had Magna, we had Mr. Compress, we had Toga, we had Shigaraki, we had Teleporter Guy, we had Dabi, we had Twice. You know, we had like 10, what was it, like 10 people?
Yeah.
And like a shit zillion Nomus.
And all
and
of
a
the
bunch
people
of extras
that helped raid the USJ.
Yeah. So, like, we had all these people, and now it's like, it's been knocked down to, like, barely anyone, and now I guess they're trying, I guess, like, Horikoshi's just like, oh shit, I knocked down their power level too far, well, let's just start again, and just make another villain team that's bigger, and just slot the old leadership from the League of Villains into it. And I just really don't like it because it seems like the philosophy at the front of it it feels like it gets in the way of the nihilistic view that Shigaraki has, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely a really uneven friendship, and one that was probably just caused by the fact that Redestra just doesn't want to die.
Yeah. But from like a meta perspective, I just really don't think. I would have preferred if the villain arc, instead of them taking over the Liberation Front, I would rather it was them destroying it entirely, and then using the public fallout from that to get in more of the downtrodden. You know, like Shigaraki's whole point is nihilism. Like, that's his entire thing. Most of the people under him, they either are nihilistic themselves, or they're outcasts from society that have literally nowhere else to go. Twice has schizophrenia. So in Japanese society, he is unfit. You know, like, he's not gonna do anything. Toga, like, has a power that makes her disgusting, makes her taboo, so she can't go anywhere. Spinner, of course, follows Stain. The black hole guy, he was a nihilist as well. Same with All for One. Like, they're all, like, you know, like, they're either nihilists or literally have nowhere else to go. But now you have this whole thing of just basically hyper-libertarians. Like, those viewpoints are completely incompatible. You know, eventually we're going to hit a point where it's like, okay, well, now Shigaraki has to kill literally everyone in his own army. You know, it feels like a band-aid on a problem that really should have been fixed by now.
Yeah, even more so. There's just so many, like, story elements that they could have gotten out of, like, an actual, like, full-on arc where the villains fought and just completely dismantled the Meta Liberation Army. Like, both Toga and Twice, both are subjects of pretty much the way society treated them and their quirks pushed them to insanity, you know? Both of them.
Yeah.
So, like, in a way, the Meta Liberation, like, cause is, like...
I mean, they're correct.
In the way in which they caused, the mental illness of Twice and Toga, yes. So what I'm saying is, we could have played with a nice plot of, you know, the Meta Liberation Army convincing at least one of them, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, so me and Gabe and me and Sai have had this conversation a little bit, but we always said, oh, let's put it off. But I think the whole point of My Hero Academia is the fact that the hero society as we find it is based entirely around marketability. If your power is marketable and it's flashy, even if it's not really all that useful, then you are going to get success. But if your power is a little bit gross, or it's not like really flashy and impressive, then you're going to be pushed to the side, like how Shinzo was, like how Toga was, like basically anyone who is not like Stain, exactly. So, but the whole point is, and we even start to see it, like especially with Shinzo being pulled into Class 1A, is that because of the efforts of Class 1A, instead of focusing on a singular, like overlord hero, basically, like Endeavor or All Might, now it's a matter of a group working together for the benefit of everyone. Everyone basically, they're doing their own thing, but they're working for the benefit of everyone. Like, instead of being a aesthetics-based society, it's looking like it might go more into like everybody is worth something and everybody can put something forward. Like,
I agree with you. But there's but the next couple chapters do touch on that a little bit more, so maybe we should push that back until we finish the all.
Okay, yeah, we'll come back to that. But like my general idea is that the Meta Liberation Army, I think, pulls away from that idea a little bit, and that's why I don't like their implementation, especially here. But we'll get to it later on, I guess. Put a pin in that one. Anyone else got anything to say about this? Where Endeavor gets the stupid book.
And the book's more important than the next chapter.
Yeah. I guess we got the interns, I guess, like, and all that in, like, the next chapter, so let's just go over that one.
Yup.
So in 245, I do like how it starts with Hawks, with Endeavor being like, oh yeah, wait a minute. Like, Hawks is never talking like that. He's a lazy asshole. Hang on a minute. Like, that's really, like, my favorite thing. Like, something's not right here. What's with that face? He's an idiot. What's going on here?
You can just see the gears churning in his brain.
Yeah. It's like Hostel Gato. Like, you see the hamster running on the wheel.
True. So true.
And then Deku's just like, oh, if number 2 hero's recommending it, I gotta read it, because I'm a huge fucking nerd.
God, it would really suck if Deku got sucked in. Because, like, the whole point of Deku is that, well, he knows what it's like to be powerless, and he knows what it's like to get a second chance. So, if anything, like, my idea of it being about it not just being, like, a few fancy people, and instead of being everybody working together, like, if he gets sucked into this meta liberation thing, then that basically taints that idea, because they're doing it, but they're doing it from a villain perspective. Like, like, they don't want a world where everybody has, they want a world where everyone who has powers, basically your power allows you to exert control over those weaker than you, which is the opposite.
I think actually this ideal, I do see Deku getting sucked into the ideals of the Meta Liberation Army to, like, a certain extent, but not to the extent of actually having to do villainy, because he's, Deku. But I think this might be, like, some sort of, like, Black Panther kind of thing, where even though the person trying to implement it is completely crazy, like how Killmonger wanted to reveal Wakanda to the world and use it to conquer and, like, make lives better for black folk.
Mm-hmm.
Deku.
T'Challa. Oops,
yeah.
Sorry. So like, instead of opening Wakanda to kill all white people, instead it's opening Wakanda to help everybody, no matter who you are, basically.
Exactly. So Deku's gonna have the same, like, ideal of, yeah, these people are crazy, and the way they were trying to go about this is awful, but they do kind of have a point. I mean, people nowadays, like, back then, yeah, probably having a limit on who can use their powers and everything was a good thing, but we're getting to the point where people are born with them, they live their entire lives in a society where everyone else has them. It's a normal part of life now, and it probably shouldn't be regulated as hard as it is.
Yeah, it's like I'm saying, like, unless you have a power that is marketable, you are discouraged from using your power. fucking like, oh god, like Deku's mom. Like I think me and Sai had this conversation. Like Deku's mom, like her power, if she practiced with it, she could probably be like a really really good hero. But being able to like telekinetically manipulate stuff is not really all that impressive.
It is on a really big scale, but I don't think she would have had the potential to go big scale. Like, she can probably do low to mid-range.
If she could be like a street level hero at least. Like,
yeah.
they've shown us that like the limitations on powers are very much based on exercise. So it's like Momo could only make objects up to a certain size and complexity, right? And then through the practice at the summer camp, suddenly she's able to make shit that's like full on. Like she could make stuff that was like really complicated electronics and stuff.
Or straight up cannon.
Yeah, like so it's shown that like the limits on powers are literally it's like a muscle. It's like, oh, I can lift 20 pounds and like nothing more than that. Well, if you practice, maybe like lift like a 21-pound object and then 22 and like gradually you'll be able to pick up bigger and bigger stuff. So it's like there is a universe where Deku's mom practices with her power and she becomes a hero.
Aww.
Like that is a universe that could exist. And I think that's what the end goal of a non-evil liberation army would be. Like everybody gets to use their powers and maybe everybody could be a hero. Like there's no need for this amount of regulation.
I mean, maybe not everyone can be a hero. There still needs to be laws on how and when you use them, but it doesn't have to be like if your ability is to like fly that you can't just like fly to where you want instead of having to take a subway.
I guess it would and this is gonna like sound bad because of modern political bullshit, but it's kind of like gun control. Like, so if you think about like heroes are cops basically in this situation, right? Cops they have guns and they can use the guns to they can use guns to like solve crimes and do whatever, and they have free access to guns, right? But the civilians, even though they are basically born with guns, they are not allowed to use them at all. Under the Human Liberation Army, though, like if they weren't evil, it would be, well, yeah, you have the cops, and the cops can use guns, and they get paid to do it, but like if someone breaks in your house and a cop's not going to get there in time, well, like, I mean, you have it. Why not? I think that's kind of like the general idea. Like if you have the ability to breathe fire, you shouldn't die in a home invasion.
I agree with you.
Yeah, like I think that's the general idea. Just to use an analogy for real life.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but I mean, getting back to the actual thing itself, I mean, Horikoshi, he likes drawing waifus.
Who are we talking about this time?
Yeah, the flame lady.
Yeah.
Burnin, or whatever her name is. Is that her name, just Burnin?
Sure.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I'd smash that.
Okay.
Like, does she just have Endeavor's powers? Like, her hair is on fire.
Maybe. She
might just be.
She looks a little bit more Dommy than Endeavor.
Yeah. Also, her belt buckle is dope.
Oh
my god, is that just a thermometer?
Yes.
I see what her power is now. I don't think she can create fire. I think she's got the same power as Endeavor and Shoto, but shittier. Like, she can't make fire, but she can control it. I think that's the idea, because like she's got like a propane tank on her back. See?
Oh, it's like a pyrokinesis kind of thing.
Gotcha. It's like in Fire Force. Like Endeavor and Shoto were third generation pyrotechnics, and
like
she's a second generation.
It's like Getten in the previous arc.
Yeah.
Ice kinesis, but
yeah. Oh, I like their little war cry. Flame on!
That's actually a good joke.
That's great. Fucking.
That's a reference.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Fucking Endeavor's agency is so unprofessional. Just first person to get the thing gets it. What the fuck, Endeavor?
I mean, yeah, it sounds like the lazy management Endeavor would do, though.
It does. He's kind of just a lazy asshole.
honestly kind of surprised he has an agency and he doesn't just kind of like run around doing his own thing like All Might does.
Yeah. I mean, didn't All Might have an agency, or?
No.
I mean, he
did not,
had
yeah.
Tsukachi as a sidekick or not.
Night Eye.
Oh yeah, he did have a agency, but he just literally delegated it all to fucking Night Eye.
Oh, yeah, Night Eye. Fucking. How did
Yeah,
I
but-
confuse those two?
Yeah, but like for the last however long it's been since he split with Night Eye, he's just been doing his own thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still All Might's agency. It's just he's just given Night Eye the keys. That's all. You know, it still uses. If I remember right, it still uses All Might's branding and all that. I swear, like that's what it is. But yeah, let's get back to what's going on, because there's some like weird shit going on here. Like if one of you wants to lead on that one. Like it took me a minute to realize what the fuck was happening.
What do you mean, like Endeavor?
Like with the
reading
book, with the book, yeah. Like maybe it's because the translation here, it doesn't translate the kanji at all. So like I was very like confused for a minute, but
What about the book? I'm sorry, I'm not.
the whole like every second word is a message.
Yeah.
Like, that's- Like, I mean, so they're monitoring him, right?
Monitoring Hawks?
Hawks. Yeah, they're monitoring Hawks, right? And he said like they're tracking everything I write and everything I say and everything. Like, wouldn't they notice? Like, he's not exactly subtle about it.
I mean, it's kind of like one of those 4chan green texts where you read the whole thing and then it's like, and the punchline is the first letter or the first word of every line, and you're like, how did I miss that? Which, I mean, I can see how he would get away with it.
Yeah, I can't.
I guess.
The bigger thing is like it's shown in the next chapter that they are specifically asking for him to hand it out to heroes. So, like, would a person that you wanted to do something like that you having do something for you, just like tweak it a little bit? It doesn't seem all that suspicious to me. It's just
I mean, I guess that's fair.
It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, at least now Endeavor knows what's going on, and he's probably gonna be less of an asshole trying to like get shit to actually function.
Yeah, now
It's
that we
not
got
just his
Halloween
hair
coming
that's
up.
right.
Halloween coming up.
Official Toga watch of the chapter. I love just in that they just got like they're all talking about everything super important, and then just Toga's like, it is a cocoon. And Mr. Compress, like Mr. Compress is probably so fucking over his head at this point. Like he's just a fucking sleight of hand like street con. That's all he is. Like, holy shit, he's just like, oh, for real, Toga-chan? Oh man, what a coincidence! Like,
No, that's Twice saying that.
no, it's why is it on Mr. Compress then the bubble?
Which one are you talking about? I don't
Both of
see
the-
anything from Compress.
Both of those word
It's-
bubbles are from characters off screen.
Okay,
'Cause
well,
it's
the
not
one-
actually pointing at Compress.
Yeah, which one are you talking about? Which panel?
the one where they're all gathered around the table and like Toga and
No
Twice
one
are
is
just
speaking
kind
in that panel. The person speaking.
No,
No.
like go down,
One more
like
page.
just after it. Like they're going like, oh, they're still investigating the League's involvement in Daika City, and Toga's just like, it's Izuku. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be Compress. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, honestly, like I feel like Compress just, I feel like he'd be that kind of person because he I don't know, like from what little we've seen of him, he seems like he's not really built for like this sort of shit, you know, this Illuminati shit.
And yet he's doing
But, like,
it.
also Twice is always the one who's actually paying attention to Toga. Like, he's looking at her in the previous frame.
Yeah, but
and-
he always looks at her
And that
because
is the
he's a
hill
fucking creep.
Dion, because yeah.
Ah, well, it's whatever. It doesn't matter who's saying it. All I'm saying is Toga's cute.
Yes,
That is all.
fair
Okay,
enough.
agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're done. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a good
Alright.
recording.
That's the chapter.
No.
That's it. Good night.
Jeez, no, but yeah, like, I mean, hey, yeah, we know what's going on more or less. It's. Oh, by the way, on that big table thing, I just noticed it. I want you guys to look for a secret happy face. It's not on who you'd think.
Secret happy face?
It's just a secret happy face just hidden in that fucking panel.
Oh yeah, on
at-
Redestro.
Look at fucking Redestro. It's just like two fucking upper arrows and a little... yeah, he's a really happy boy. And Toga's got like a little shit-eating grin, but that's Toga, so I expect that from her at all times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right, he is.
He's just so happy. He's so happy to be in a wheelchair with like necrotic limbs.
Yeah, he's so weird.
Oh jeez.
But it's kind of nice to see that they like accept Hawks as one of their own. So like the double crossing is working very well, or triple crossing, because he is a triple agent.
He's on their side the whole time. He's a villain.
He's quadruple agent.
Why does this man love black so much? How much toner does Shonen Jump use on his chapters?
I swear to God, he has to be doing it on purpose. He has to be.
Like, I'm gonna waste so much toner for their printers. They're going to spend more money printing my chapters than they'll make from the 25 cents of them buying the magazines.
Meanwhile, fucking oh god, who's doing the Dragon Ball Super manga right now? My brain is dead.
Give me a second.
Because it's not Toriyama.
I have Viz open right now. I'm just scrolling to the super...
Yeah. But
wait, it doesn't say written by anymore.
What?
It doesn't say written by on the chapter. What?
Oh jeez.
Oh, okay.
Boy.
Yeah, no, it's written by Akira Toriyama.
No, I mean the guy who's drawing it. Because Toriyama doesn't draw Dragon Ball anymore. He hates Dragon Ball now. I'm pretty sure.
Toyotaro.
Toyotaro, that's it. Yeah. Meanwhile, fucking Toyotaro, from what I've been told at least, like there was not a single chapter where Goku and like the other Saiyans aren't Super Saiyan for like 90% of it to save on toner. Like I think like Dragon Ball has just been so overtaken by My Hero that they're just giving him the free toner. It's like all the toner we use for Goku's hair is now in My Hero.
That's how you know it's successful.
Yeah. They took away Goku's hair dye. Oh jeez.
It's going gray.
Yep. Fucking So yeah, so here's where we get like that power that I mentioned before, like where Hawks is using his feathers as like little radio antennas. How does like no one notice he just like jammed his wings in the door? Like, do you think they saw that and they're like, guys, did Hawks just fucking like slam his wings in the door? Like, is he gonna be okay?
He's supposed to be like the fastest person in the entire series, so
yeah. Like I like to imagine they just saw him like do it and they just like thinking he just like fucked up and they're being polite so they're not paying attention to it.
Oh, that poor guy must be so embarrassed. Let's not.
Oh shit.
Or they just like respect him enough so they can just like, yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, having big wings like that, I mean, come on, like everyone's gonna like fuck up a little bit every now and again. It's fine.
Maybe it's like a safety precaution, like he leaves them in every room, so if anyone gets attacked, all of a sudden like just a feather will just fly into someone's throat.
Yeah, but I mean, they're doing like secret shit though, so it's like it would be something where you're like, hang on, no, but I do like the idea that he can use his feathers as antenna, but like, how the fuck does it work if the feathers aren't attached to him? Because it looks like he just left that feather behind, right?
The same way he controls them when they're not attached to him.
Yeah, he just has a telepathic connection to him. That's all.
I fucking hate his power, because I'd rather he just had wings like Archangel from X-Men.
Yeah, but then he'd be a bitch like Archangel from X-Men.
That's true. You got me there.
Oh, no.
God, remember like a small tangent, like Gabe, you remember like all the different shit they'd done with Archangel? Like fucking like they made him gay that one time, but then like no, he was just pretending, and then like he got like one of his wings shot off, and then he got it back somehow, and then he got them both taken off, and they got replaced with metal, and then like one time he like both his leg, he got paralyzed from the waist down, so he could only move his way. Like they've done so much shit to try and make Archangel cool. Like what the fuck?
X-Men, and he still bores, and he bores the shit out of me even worse.
Oh yeah, no, like I don't like X-Men much anymore because like, well, I mean, X-Men started as like an analogy for the civil rights movement and then for the gay rights movement, but like after like most of that shit died down, it's just kind of been, hey, how badly can we fuck up Cyclops as a character and make Wolverine's dick look big? That's all it really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's why Wolverine is 5'3", so they can make his dick look proportionally bigger.
Hurtful. Hurtful.
They made him a female clone so his dick could look bigger.
Just like passively insulting me today, I guess. It's chill. It's chill.
Oh, dude, I forget how short you are. I
am like
man.
Ridiculously short.
Dude, it's hard to see you from up here. Okay, like, come on.
Yeah, on the other side of the country, I would hope so.
I'm also 6'2", so like fucking, I'm like a full foot taller than you.
Yeah.
Great.
You'd still look tiny compared to Jacob, though.
Oh yeah, man. Fuck that man.
Jacob is ridiculous.
Fuck that man for being tall.
Man is horrifying. He's like, he's over a foot taller than me.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. So fucking okay. So as far as he's just overhearing everything. Which I mean, you'd think there'd be a little bit more. I don't know, like security in them talking, you know? Like they wouldn't just be like, they would like make sure they're not being listened to, but alright.
Yeah,
they're not very good at being villains. I mean, the only one that has any practice is Dobby.
I think Dobby's the only one who actually wants to be a villain. Like at this table we have Spinner, who wants to be a hero, but he wants to be Stain's version of hero. And what is Spinner's power?
He's
Gecko.
a lizard. Yeah.
He can stick to things.
Yeah, his power is just a shittier version of Froppy, and I very much imagine that Froppy barely made it into the hero program. So
yeah, thank God she did, though.
Yeah.
Best character
so, like,
in 1A.
Yeah, so like, we have someone who wants to be a hero, but got like kicked away because his power wasn't fancy enough. So he's now a villain by default. You have Twice, who literally, he has a mental illness, so he literally can't do anything else. You've got Toga, who, honestly, if it wasn't for how fucked up the civilization they live in was, she'd probably be on Deku's team right now. Like, Dobby is probably like the main person who actually wants to be a villain. Mr. Compress is a villain, he's just like a street hustler who got like in way over his head. And then you have the Heroes Liberation, the Meta Liberation Army, who are just assholes. Like, Dobby is the only one here who is actually a villain.
Yeah.
Like I think that's like the saddest thing about the League of Villains.
Oh.
Only 2 villains, and I guess 3 if you count. Yeah, Tomura, Dobby, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, like they're. Man, I honestly, I'm glad it's that way though, because it means that as we get closer to the end, it means that as Deku changes the world, maybe he'll be able to, well, not Deku, but like Class 1A, I guess, because it's shown that it's not just gonna be Deku by himself. But Class 1A like makes the world better. It's going to hopefully encourage them to start coming over to the good side. Like I want to see Toga and Deku team up. I want to see like twin like one for all like punches, you know, combos with 2 Dekus. I want to see that shit.
Sure. I guess, yeah, we've had this conversation, but it would be so weird her being able to handle the power. And I know she gets all the physical attributes of the other person, so it wouldn't be that hard for her to just be able to utilize it, but, like, still.
I mean, we need to know more about how her power works. Like, if it's like... So, I mean, Ochiko's power is nothing. So it's like, yeah, she could probably... Like, imagining, like, if she had Deku's, if she used, like, one for all, she'd probably use up a lot of that blood all at once. But that... Yeah, like I said, we need to know how the power works first, and Horikoshi's really tight-fucking-lipped about that. I really, really like the Toga image, though.
The end?
Yeah, everything, boom, will be destroyed by Tomura-kun. Like, you can hear her voice and how they've arranged that. Like, I know it's, like, the translator doing that, and I don't know how it goes in the way the Japanese looks, but the way the translator for the one I'm reading at least organized it looks really good.
Yeah, this one it just says destruction for all, courtesy of Tomura.
Yeah, so I think I like this translation.
I like that translation more. I read both of them, and they're just
yeah. By the way, I'm gonna ask that you that image I sent you earlier. I asked that you make that background.
Use
Okay.
the spoopy one?
Yeah, the spoopy one. Just put that in the background.
How?
Just, I don't know. Make it the fucking background of the video. I don't know.
No, I
man.
have
just
an idea.
want-
I have an idea.
Just
We're good.
bouncing
Alright.
around like the DVD screensaver.
Oh no.
That would take so much animating.
It would. Oh,
legitimately, every single bounce would have to be. I would have to keyframe.
No, that's fine. Just do something. I just really like that little edit image.
Maybe like for the windows on UA, I just like
Yeah.
add the windows.
Have fun. Yeah. So I guess like the only thing left is 246, where it's basically all Shigaraki.
It's just build up to this whole big thing with getting his all for one.
Okay, so here is my question, because I don't know if I misunderstood this or if it's better explained in the localized translation. Because what me and Sai are reading is like a direct translation. So in the localized translation, explain: is Shigaraki killing himself with his power?
Yes.
Okay, that's not me misreading. Okay, cool.
I always thought that's just what his scars come from.
I thought it was because he lives like a fucking rat.
I mean,
Wait.
I always assumed his like kind of crumbling body was linked to his crumbling quirk.
Yeah. A
That
little slow on the uptake there, buddy.
No, I just
that's
I
my
just-
job.
Haha, no, okay, so I was just a little, like, confused because the direct translation is one of those moments where it's like, okay, hold up. Because a lot of times in anime, when you have a villain that looks like him, it's to reflect their inner, their soul or whatever the fuck, it's not like them literally falling apart, And then there's also the fact that his power is decay, so it makes sense that he has, like, that sort of decayed look, not that he's currently decaying.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Just overusing his powers. He gets the same kickback kind of that Deku does. It's a nice mirror.
Oh, okay, alright. So, so I'm trying not to, like, talk over everyone here, because I feel like I've talked way too much, but I would like to point out that, remember, like, the first time we did this, and then, and we didn't, never again until now, which is unfortunate. I made a prediction about Tomura and One for All. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah.
That he would get it, and the final battle would be One for All versus All for One Redux, but with Deku and Tomura's powers.
I mean that.
But that's not what that is.
That no. What is happening here? Because I mean, it's what I'm reading into it. Once again, might just be a translation problem.
So he's not getting all for one.
He's not, but he's getting extra quirks.
No, he's getting one for all. So it'll
Wait,
it looks.
wait, hold
that's
up.
That's what it reads. The last chapter.
Hold up.
That last chapter. It says, but if you can overcome it, you'll find that you have everything in the palm of your. Okay, even one for all. So he's. Oh, so maybe he does get one for one, and then he takes one for all from Deku. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So that's what I'm think. That's what I predicted. That's what I predicted half a year ago, and I think that's what's happening. He's not getting the quirk. He's getting the effects of the quirk, basically. Like that doctor said, he's like, if you have too many quirks in one body, then your body starts to fall apart, and that's what happened to One for All. Sorry, All for One. So this experiment is to expand Shigaraki's memory and give him more quirks, which means they're using the Nomu procedure.
But it's not his literal memory.
Oh.
It's like a.
No, like not memory. It's like computer memory, basically.
Yeah.
Like yeah. So they're using the Nomu procedure in a way. Like the reason Nomus are all fucked up is because they got too many quirks for one body, and if your body has too many quirks at once and it can't keep up, it degrades and devolves into a Nomu.
But high-end Nomu was able to fucking talk and stuff, so like.
high-end Nomu is either them improving the Nomu procedure, or it's them finding someone who has a high innate memory.
Or both.
Or both.
That's what I thought of as the thing too. It's just this is the perfected thing that they were perfecting over the improved Nomus.
Yeah. So which means it means the Nomus were never the intended thing. The intended thing was to artificially recreate All for One.
Huh.
Like that's really hype. I really like that.
Yeah, that makes sense in retrospect. And then what I think would be really cool is if, like, once Shigaraki does undergo the whole procedure, he doesn't come out whole. He doesn't come out perfectly human. Like, he is mutated, maybe not quite so much as having a potato for a face, but, like, he's just a little bit more wrong.
Honestly, I want him to come out pristine, because I think that would be, like, the perfect, like, this is a big villain.
Like his lips are hydrated for once?
Yeah, I want him to come out pristine. I want him, yeah.
That's just one of his quirks, his chapstick.
It's just a 4-month bathe in chapstick. I want him to come out, and he's, so... Okay, so I know this is bad memories for you and me, Gabe, but you remember Fused Zamasu?
Yes.
I want him to come out as perfect and well-built as Fused Zamasu was, but then...
What? Okay.
At the final, like, fight, when Deku pushes him to his limits, as he will, that's when he starts to break down. He starts to activate more and more quirks at once, and he starts just melting and sloughing away.
So, yeah, he just turns into Zamasu. Okay, when I was thinking, like, he comes out of the cocoon, he's gonna be more like a Captain America thing. Like, he just has, like, huge chiseled abs. His eyes and face are just completely fine. And then he just, takes something out of his pocket, uncaps it, and then applies his chapstick.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking great. I don't know, I mean...
Ready to go.
Yeah, it's just Captain America, ready to go, Chief. Oh, man, so we got 4 months, and Horikoshi doesn't really time skip all that much. So we've got, like, I don't know if that's going to be 4 months of issues, or it's going to be 4 months of...
God, I hope it's a time skip. It's kind of needed right now. They're not really at a place where there's anything... I don't really want to watch another just training arc right after we had the training arc.
That's true. Like, he doesn't do time skips all that often. This would be one to do it. But, honestly, I wouldn't mind some flashbacks as well,
Yeah, but at the
but
same
also,
time,
like,
right?
this particular training arc, if that's the route they go, it's going to be with Endeavor, and that's got some pretty juicy potential.
Yeah, I mean, like, Endeavor training Deku, I mean...
Okay, maybe a couple chapters, but you can't make a couple unless something ridiculous happens, like, he's not going to be able to make an arc out of it. I mean, unless they release another, like, strong Nomu, Endeavor can just one-shot whatever the problem is.
I think we might get that, because remember, there's that old man with the glass. That was not related to Redestro at all. That was not related to the League of Villains or the Army.
So we think.
I mean, if they were, it would have... If they were, then it would have been mentioned, one would think. So, there is a cult, or I mean, it has to be a cult, because you had those homeless people jump Endeavor as well. So, there is some sort of cult that sees Endeavor as some sort of false messiah, maybe like this cult that worships All Might or something, and blames Endeavor for what happened. That could be cool. Like, a cult of All Might worshippers that, like, kind of twist and pervert the ideals All Might stood for, because... I mean, the whole point of My Hero so far has been showing that the hero society that All Might, Nana, and Gran Torino made is kind of rotten to the core. Even though, like, they were good people, and they fought against something that was arguably worse in the form of All for One's horrible fascist dictatorship, it's still, like, really bad, and there's, like, a really unprivileged underclass, Like, so maybe exploring the issues with that society would be a good idea,
I agree, but at the same time, I feel like this is just
You
a
could-
prime time to just do to either do like a short training arc or just do a time skip and be like, yeah, they get
Yeah.
ridiculously stronger because they're being trained by All Might. Or
Yeah, I know,
by
I just-
Endeavor.
I just don't like time skipping power increases, you know? I like to see the reason why that happened. So them
Montage.
fighting against an All Might cult would be good. And I mean, Deku's entire character is basically an All Might cultist. You know? So having him shake that free a little bit would be really good, I think, for him.
Fair.
You know? Like seeing that like not everything All Might touches is gold. All Might makes mistakes. Because All Might himself has said that he makes mistakes and he makes fuck-ups, but Deku's never actually experienced one of those fuck-ups firsthand. You know what I mean?
Fair statement.
No, I don't know. I just really want him to move further away from All Might, because right now, like his whole shoot style with the kicks, that is like, and I think Deku himself has said, yeah, no, this is just until my arms get better. Which means the second his arms get better, he's gonna go right back to fucking copying All Might.
I thought he said the opposite. Like, my arms are always going to be fragile, so like I gotta make one for all my own. I've just been copying All Might this whole time. I gotta do something that works for me.
You are
Didn't he-
correct. Nope, she is correct.
Is she? Alright. Okay, well, I guess I'm misremembering that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if he had the chance, he would, though. I mean, like, he still worships All Might. Like literally the only thing stopping him from just copying All Might's playbook entirely is the fact that his arms don't work.
True.
Like, he's still, and like, I mean, we've seen his bedroom. We've seen his Secret Santa gifts.
Like, yeah, he worships him, but he's also, like, realizing, well, I want to be the greatest hero ever, so I can't just be this other hero. Like, I'll take inspiration for sure, like, but...
I don't know. I still think it's
I am
preventing him from
here,
being his,
basically.
Well,
I think it's stopping him from being his own character. I think that's where I'm standing on that.
I mean, also to go back to the the greatest movie of all time, Black Panther.
I don't like Black. We need to like have a thing where we talk about the Marvel movies at some point.
I'm down whenever.
Yeah.
I would not be any
But-
help with that.
We're gonna have to watch some.
But so I agree with Sai in that, like, yeah, he's definitely moving forward and being his own hero, but at the same time he seems to have a very similar ideology to All Might, and that I think we all just agreed is a very toxic ideology that is causing a lot of problems in society.
Yeah.
So he needs to have All Might in his mind get taken down a peg so that he can realize that maybe this isn't the best way to go about things. So
Yeah.
To parallel this Black Panther, right? That would be like when he found out that his dad murdered his brother, or murdered his uncle, and then covered it up and just left his orphaned nephew.
Like in fucking Oakland, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like,
So
yeah. I
my
mean,
point being, even the people that you admire most can make pretty major mistakes.
yeah. I mean, All Might's philosophy is basically one person shouldering the weight of an entire civilization, and I mean, I'm simplifying it a little bit, but that's basically what it boils down to, and that's not healthy. And we've seen like the shit slips through the cracks way too often with that.
Yeah. It would
Like-
be interesting to see, like, what skeletons All Might has been hiding in his closet.
Yeah. Yeah, and this whole thing where it's like that old guy, he wasn't chanting like, "Oh, people's revolution, free Hong Kong." Like he's saying that Endeavor is, yeah, now we can't air this in China. Shit. Like he's not saying like Endeavor is against the people's revolution or anything. He's saying that Endeavor is a false prophet. He is a false replacement. I think that really does come across as people that were really attached to the concept of All Might. And I think that would be a fun thing to investigate. And seeing as he's not exactly sharing this Liberation Army thing with Deku and everyone else, I think that old man and his cult is probably going to be the thing that they follow up on during this internship arc.
Maybe. But it just kind of, like, the way it's flashing to showing every person during their thing. By the way, I just want to take half a second to say Shinso's freaking hero outfit is amazing.
It is.
The teeth with the
I'm not even allowed to say anything about that right now.
Why?
Fucking monster fucker.
Shut up!
Come on, it's so good. He looks like it's like a weird like Kraven the Hunter kind of thing, but like
it is.
Oh, so good. So
what
good.
What panel is he in? I'm looking for
14, 15.
Bottom middle.
14.
Yeah.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, that's a good ass fucking.
How is he so much better than everyone else and didn't get in there originally?
I love how Momo has a cape.
Yeah. I still think the like fighting so hard she becomes flat is like definitely an arc that we need.
Yeah, that'd be fucking great.
Literally flat justice.
Were you there when we were talking about this?
I don't think she was.
Like, imagine like a fight where she uses all of the lipids in her body and she just becomes flat chested and she wins the fight like some major plus ultra blow. And then like
she goes flat chested, loses all her curves, just is like fucking stick ass thin.
That's why
like
she
starts
is
looking
so
like All
thick.
Might.
It's just ammo.
Yeah, like she just starts looking like All Might after he loses his powers.
Oh no!
Just spends the next few months of the like publication are just her just slowly getting back back to normal.
She's whenever they're at UA, she's like in the background scarfing down a mountain of food. Like they never bring attention to it. It's just there.
I just think that would be an amazing joke that like he could tell that he's like kind of badass and hilarious at the same time.
And you know what would be the fucking best part? Because I know how Horikoshi acts on Twitter. Because all the people complain about her having such giant tits and thick thighs, he'd make her thicker at the end of it.
Wait, how cute would it be though if she like joined the Fat Gum group?
Oh no! Don't make her fat.
I'm not saying make her
weird.
fat. I'm just saying, like, part of their whole thing is that, you know, Fat Gum and Amajiki both have quirks revolving around food. Like,
oh, that's actually fair, yeah. I think she's back with that fucking diva, though.
Maybe.
Why didn't Fat Gum take her? That's a really good question.
Because he's Kirishima.
Yeah, well, I know, but doesn't have to eat. If anything, you should have taken Tetsu. Tetsu has to eat iron.
Yeah, and well, I mean, also like you can take more than one intern.
Yeah, like you could see the diva chick took reptile girl that like just gets to break her body into pieces.
Yeah, like the diva hero took Momo and Tetsu took Momo and the reptile girl literally because of the exact reason I said, like because they look nice and their powers are aesthetically pleasing. Mm-hmm. Like that is the epitome of what I was what I think that the manga criticizes. Like
also fucking Mineta in the background just like freaking out about Mount Lady. It's killing me.
Which one? Which page is that one?
15.
The first page. I don't see that one.
It's literally under the fat group. Oh my god, they did add Tetsu to the Fat Gum group.
Yeah, they did.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Tamaki. Oh no. My baby boy doesn't even get his face in the panel.
Oh no, poor Tamaki. Oh god. Okay, so but yeah, like as far as like the whole thing itself, like. Destro needs to stop being so fucking, like, smiley. It's actually creeping me out.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I love him so much. I love all of, like...
Wait, he has legs now?
What?
I just realized he's got legs again.
Where?
Oh, he's got robot legs. Never mind.
There you go.
Yeah, he's very talented.
He's got robot legs.
He's very rich.
I guess they run a business that makes mass-produced hero gear, so... That makes sense.
Enough.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, this whole chapter was just like basically just recapping the characters on shit we already knew, and then like, oh yeah, no, also Tomura's getting all for one. Like, I mean, it's really good, but I don't know really what all to say about it because it's like, oh shit, all right, well, where's going forward then?
Real quick, like, why the fuck does All Might look so, I don't know, somber? Like, he looks a lot less hype than everyone else.
I think because he either knows what's coming on or he gonna die.
Oh, that.
I mean, remember,
might-
he's missing like 50%. He's missing 50% of his internal organs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's already predicted that he's dying soon. Or he's gonna die during the series because of the,
Yeah.
Well, he'd have to, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he even said, like, he refuses to die until Deku no longer needs him. And if I'm right, and that cult thing is gonna be, like, some version of that's gonna happen, Deku won't need him anymore. Because Deku will be his own person.
Yeah.
So that's my prediction for how we're going forward, and I might just be wrong, because Horikoshi has shown that he's good at subverting shit. They're going to go through this cult thing, they're going to find out why that guy calls Endeavor a false light, and it's going to lead to some All Might cult bullshit. Deku's going to realize that All Might's got some fucking dirt going on, and he's going to endeavor, to be his own person and completely, like, cut himself off from the concept of being the next All Might. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if he just, like, all of the fucking All Might shit in his room, he just fucking tears it down.
I wouldn't be, I would take it a bit farther and say, like, maybe he's just gonna be done with All Might completely. Like, what if he finds out something so horrible that he just completely disowns the guy?
Yeah. What if... Oh, shit. Like, I mean, I don't think they'll go that far, because people like All Might. Like, but... Oh, God, what if he finds out that All Might fucking, like, killed someone that, like, Deku, like, knows, or,
His
like, someone...
dad.
Oh, no, because Deku's dad's alive, isn't he? We just haven't seen him.
He's out for business,
So they say.
according to his mom.
Like... So, like, who do we know? Like, who... Like, I mean...
My point being, what if he did something so awful that,
Yeah.
like, Deku's just like, yeah, I'm done, and then just completely cuts himself off, and then All Might's, well...
Yeah. I mean, I think All Might does want Deku to be his own person. 'Cause I think All Might realizes that his way doesn't work. His way never worked.
But, like, if that did happen, if Deku found out something that caused him to reject All Might, he'd have to reject hearing altogether, like, thematically, because All Might's the person who inspired him to be a hero.
I think he already kind of does reject what this world considers traditional heroing. Because, I mean, think about... Okay, so think about, like, the way the heroing is set up, right? It is a vocation. It's not like, someone's in trouble, I gotta help, like how we would consider a hero, right? It's you apply for a license, you go in, you do a test, you go to school, you get the hero license, you get weapons and a uniform, and then you go into an office building, do your 9 to 5, where you just take calls to go out and help people. That's not a hero, that's a job. That's a being a first responder.
Ooh, you're getting dangerously close to stain theories.
I mean, Stain's right, though. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like, Deku and Class 1A as a whole have already established that they don't agree with that. Like, going out to rescue Bakugo, that is, according to the rules of the world they live in, that's illegal. That's not heroism. That is... I think there's even... Like, they even use the term at some point where it's like... vigilante heroism. Which is fucked up. But, like, it shows the kind of world they live in. It's like the heroism is a...
vigilante series.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Here, I haven't seen it. I need to. But heroism is a product in this world. It is something to be packaged, marketed, and given an office. You know, like, and I think Class 1A and even maybe Class 1B completely reject that concept, and that is a concept that All Might helped usher into being. Because All Might predates the hero licenses, I'm pretty sure.
No. No, he
Doesn't he?
No, not even slightly.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Sorry. Nana predates it. All Might doesn't. Sorry. Nana predates it, and then it came into being while All Might was in school. Sorry. Might be. Like, yeah, like, even then, the hero licensing thing is kind of newish, I think. Like, how many generations are... Oh, we're in the 4th generation, right, so... Yeah, there's been 4 generations of heroes, including the ones we're in. They mentioned that in this chapter, actually. So, first heroes are probably vigilantes, but then they wouldn't have had really all that much impressive powers, I think. Second generation is Nana. That's when heroing became set in stone, is what we know it today.
I don't think so.
Then,
I think Nana's 3rd generation.
That doesn't make sense, though, because then that would mean Deku and Friends is the 5th generation, then.
No, yeah, you have to remember the person that holds One for All tends to, like, die pretty quickly. Like, Nana is also the 7th user of One for All.
Oh shit!
Her name is literally 7.
I really, really wish we had like a proper timeline for this.
Her
like how many
name
years
is literally 7.
Yeah, I wish we had like a proper timeline though. Like how many years ago was Quirks? How many? Like how long is these generations we're talking about? You know?
Well, they said
Like,
it was
what
like
are the- what
80
are the-
years ago that the first baby with a quirk was born, right?
Wait, then how have we gone through 4 generations in 80 years?
That's generations usually, even in our world, are usually about 20 years. Like, boomers lasted 20 years, millennials lasted 20 years. Checks out to me.
Fair enough. But like, still, I don't know. I feel like the general idea, like it's whatever. My point stands. It's just my math is wrong. My point stands. My math is wrong.
Okay.
Put that on a fucking shirt.
All right, I will.
Fucking fight me, I will.
Yeah. But yeah, like
Don't
All
forget
Might.
to buy it at our shop, linked in the description at teespring.com.
Fucking yeah, like All Might's gonna die because and it's gonna be because Deku grows past him as a person. There.
Okay,
Agreed.
Fuck it.
I accept.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else?
It is now added to canon, as we have unanimously agreed.
Yeah, we're gonna call up Horikoshi. He's my uncle who works at Nintendo. God, fucking I'm just scrolling through the chapter and just Redestro's face like just keeps catching my eye. I hate him so much.
Yeah,
He's the best.
he's
it's
awful,
nice.
and I can't stand him. He does that like ooh woo,
Oh,
but like upwards ooh.
Last thing that I want to talk about specifically from this chapter, we do see a frame of Kurogiri, which we haven't seen in a very long time.
He's still in Tartarus.
Yes, but I feel like he wouldn't be showing him off if he wasn't going to be important to the next arc.
He's
Okay,
breaking out of Tartarus
coming
with
up
One
soon.
for All, or All for One.
Okay,
I don't
deadass.
think that's the thing.
Deadass. I actually like when I first saw that, I missaw that as All for One. Like I thought that was just All for One there. Like my brain didn't, because Kurogiri usually has eye spots, you know.
Fair.
So I thought that was All for One, like trying to manifest some power.
It's definitely Kurogiri.
Yeah, but no. I mean, Kurogiri's usually so slender, but I guess because the straitjacket, I don't know.
No, he usually makes himself taller, so it like makes him look skinnier.
And he's wearing
hold up
like
a minute.
a waistcoat and shit.
Wait,
which is
guys,
very
hold
slimming.
up a minute.
Hauling.
Look at Eri.
Yeah. Oh, she's...
Do you see what I'm seeing?
That her horn is glowing?
Her horn is shooting off sparks.
Yeah.
Okay, one question I have is how the fuck is the anime keeping up with any of this? Like, cause like
It is
over the
not.
last like, okay, so like I said, ever since like well, I don't know, like 2-3 arcs ago.
We should watch
Every
the
arc.
episode that came out yesterday anyhow.
It was
No,
pretty
we
decent.
I've given up on the anime.
It-
Fuck it.
It was filmed, but it was a good film.
But
I'm
okay,
sure.
but my point being is like each arc, like since for like last 3-4 arcs, has had like 10 sub arcs. You know what I mean? Like the villain arc was the last one that was like that was the only one I can remember that was like, no, it's just one solid arc. There's no like distractions between it.
All I know is it looks like the show so Shonen Jump on their website, they're allowing people to read chapters 122 to, sorry, this is ridiculous, 122 to 162 completely free.
What does that cover?
So that's what I'm currently checking.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm just gonna point out. So, like, from this last splash screen in general, so we already have our idea of like this. They're gonna be fighting these cultists. That's gonna be a thing, like Endeavor and the boys. But then you also have Hawks and the Liberation Army. You've got a thing with Kurogiri there. Like, that's not going anywhere. You got Gran Torino and the I almost said Shujin, but I forgot.
Namasa.
But that's the persona. What?
Namasa.
Namasa? Is that what the other school's called?
Oh, no. Never mind. I was looking at Gran Torino and Namasa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so you got a thing with the other school who we haven't seen, like Kami and all the others. You got Lemillion there, and Aries got like a weird spark coming off her horn. So if looking at here is supposed to be hints at what's happening next time, like, I mean, like, you got a whole thing of everyone's got their internships. We're probably gonna bounce in on them every now and again, but like All Might, Eri, the other school, Kurogiri, Gran Torino, and like all. It seems like there's gonna be a lot in the next arc going on.
Oh yeah.
You know,
It
like
totally
it's gonna be jam fucking packed with shit. So I imagine, like, even what you said, like, oh, I don't feel like there's a lot to do. I feel like they're going to make up with that with the fact that it's going to be many things happening at once. So there not being a lot to do might even work in its benefit, because then it could be like 2 chapters working on the cult, and then we jump over to Kurogiri doing a prison escape, and then we do that, and we jump over to Gran Torino and the detective doing some shit. I don't know.
Real quick here.
Mm-hmm.
Next to Bakugo, this lady, on my first pass, I thought it was Todoroki's mom. But now I see it's his sister.
And she's praying to the Shinto gods.
She's praying to this tree that's blowing in the wind.
Oh, shit.
I mean, it looks like she's more praying towards Bakugo.
Oh, shit, she's joined the... Todoroki's family are very traditional Japanese. I wouldn't be surprised if they're either Buddhist or Shinto or something. So she's probably praying to some sort of shrine, which means that, honestly...
Probably Buddhist.
If we're... Yeah, if Dabi really is Endeavor's lost kid, we're gonna have some Endeavor family drama problem. Like, I think doing a time skip would be a disservice. I think what we're gonna get is we're just gonna get a bunch of mini arcs. And honestly, seeing as most of what we've had so far is just a really, really long set of arcs, I kind of appreciate that, you know, kind of like little bite-sized things, like when they had that sports festival where Eri got to watch them do karaoke.
Yeah,
you know,
the cultural.
I kind of miss the mini arcs.
Also, the bigger thing would be if we jumped 4 months into the future, like October. When wasn't Sports Fest? No, we're not even.
I don't think they've told us like what the months are. I don't think they've given us a time scale.
No, it's
no.
definitely.
We definitely have one, but I haven't been paying attention to it.
Christmas. It was Christmas a few chapters ago.
So we're 4 months. It would be almost winter. It would almost be summer break again.
Yeah.
So they've already finished their. So they're at the end of this training thing that they're doing. They will be in year 2. So I feel like, yeah, maybe doing a 4-month time jump would be a disservice because they're starting their next year. Also, a 4-month time jump would mean we'd probably be around the time that the sports festival is happening, so that'd probably be the wrong time to do an arc that it seems like it's about to jump.
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a bunch of mini arcs, and then the term will end because the internships be over, and then year 2 will start, and Shigaraki will come out of his cocoon right as school starts up again. And it'll be like I'm back, motherfuckers!
USJV2.
No,
Basically,
he might
yeah.
be out of the. No, because they in Japan, I think they're only out of school for like what 2 months for no 1 month for winter break. So no, they'll be back in. I think this is their summer vacation. Or their winter
Oh yeah,
break is
the
just-
internships happen during the. Yeah, that's true.
So I think they're gonna get back. They're gonna get back into their like thing. Maybe we're gonna get a sports festival arc, and then he comes out.
Yeah, maybe like the end of the sports festival, it just fucking blows up.
Like it just everything starts melting. And you're like, the fuck.
Yeah, like UA gets destroyed. It should be unfortunate.
In here.
Yeah,
And then we finally
boy.
figure out the traitor.
that would be the moment where All Might would die. I think if UA was destroyed, because I think
All Might
UA
was
is
the
another.
traitor.
No,
Oh.
no, like All Might will try and defend people. I think, but he doesn't have powers. I mean,
But, yeah.
UA is another symbol of the wrong heroism. You know what I mean? Like, because they basically they package the heroes up. Because like being a hero in this world is like being an idol in Japan. You're not allowed to have personal beliefs or anything. You're doing it for the paycheck. You are pretending to be happy and smiley and everyone's friend, but in reality, you probably don't give a fuck. You're just in it to get paid.
Aren't we all?
It's why, yeah, it's why in Japan, like a lot of idols, if they ever have kids, they will prevent their kids from becoming idols because, well, one, they've already got the money, and two, it's fucking miserable. So, like, there's this one interview with an idol I saw, and it was like on the front page of Reddit, and it's just a big like, yo, what the fuck? Like, there was this idol who was quitting because she made enough money to retire, and she's only like 27, so I mean, hey, good money. But they were asked, it's like, oh, if you have a kid, if it's a daughter, are you going to have her be an idol? And she's like, dead ass, turns to the camera and says, no, this is the worst time I've ever had in my entire life. I regret it entirely, and the money is the only reason I kept doing it and the only reason I stayed sane. And all the other women on the panel who are current idols who aren't quitting, they all kind of looked like sheepishly to each other and just kept their mouths fucking shut for the rest of the interview.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like, being an idol fucking sucks, and I imagine being a hero fucking sucks too, because even if you started wanting to help people, it's like, if you're not getting paid, like, it's not state sanctioned, so you can't do it. And I imagine a lot of heroes, they don't want their kids being heroes. I mean, like, when was the last time we saw a dynastic hero in My Hero world?
Ida.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Ida's family is, like, really does look like it's really functioning, doesn't it?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Better than Endeavors.
I mean, better than, like, I think Ida and Endeavor are the only like dynastic heroes that we've seen.
I
And
think there's
they-
others.
I mean,
No, you're
that
right.
we've seen, and they really do not, like it's. They don't seem like happy families. Is all I'm saying. Like Ida's life is ruined by routine and discipline, and Endeavor. I mean,
I think he's autistic
that-
enough that that's just required for him.
but if you also look at his older brother and how his older brother was, like his entire family's existence is based around the Ingenium brand. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, to the point where until Ida believes Ida doesn't want to be a hero until he believes that he is worthy of that brand. He eschews a hero name entirely. His family is all about that branding.
True.
It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, so it's like I hope I'm getting this across correctly, but
No, you
but
are.
like, yeah, it's like being a hero is I think, honestly, My Hero might be a little bit of a critique of idol culture, a little bit. Like, just a little bit, like, I mean, it's Japan, so like that shit's kind of everywhere, but yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Also, I love every student in first year is like illustrated at least somewhere on this chapter.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Also, the
But,
big three is in this chapter too. All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
My baby.
even Hado.
boy.
Hado doing her thing. I love how there's
What
just
is-
like the girls just doing their thing with the dragon lady.
Yeah.
Ryukyu is a gift.
I love how everyone can fly, and then there's just like Froppy just somehow keeping up.
She jumped good.
I
She
guess.
Hop, hop, hop.
I like to think they're all flying like above the street, and she's just on a building next to them. Like,
I
Maybe.
love Jiro. I love Jiro and Shoji fucking hanging out with gang worker.
Yeah.
it works.
How did that team up even happen? Like, why would gang worker pick? I guess why he picked
Echolocation.
Shoji.
Yeah, they're both listeners. They're all listeners.
I guess that's true. It is kind of neat to like see how everyone picks their interns.
Okay, but like
My
Wash,
only thing-
Coda, and Manga as a combination. Like,
What is Washi's power? Is he just?
it's just Wash.
Also, doesn't he not speak English?
He just says
Like,
Wash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wash.
Wash.
I choose to believe that's not a person. It's just a fucking washing machine.
My only thing is, where's Manga?
I think it's
in this
just
chapter?
the character Washua from Undertale.
Manga's hanging with Wash. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's right there.
Oh dang. Oh yeah, he's right behind.
He,
Okay.
he doesn't have a face, which makes him hard to detect sometimes. Because, you know, human perception, we look for faces.
Mhm. No, it does kind of make a face though. Like there's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, he's just like screaming.
Mm.
Okay, so my question, right? Why isn't why is Coda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he not with the animals? Like the panel below.
That's a really good question. Because he does tax evasion. That's why.
Like,
I don't
there's
know.
the animalistic people, and then Sugar Man,
Mm.
and then up above that there's like just random like this shit fucked up my body powers
Yeah.
people.
I mean, Coda is basically just Fluttershy.
Jesus.
Like, Wash doesn't say much. Then Manga, like, I imagine he doesn't say much. I haven't heard him ever say a line.
Yeah.
There's
So-
a lot to say, alright.
And,
Yeah.
and is that... Who is that behind them? I don't know, just some mop.
Yeah, there's a lot of just random like sidekicks shown, which is nice. Getting some
Yeah.
world building.
Yeah.
That's alright. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good chapter. I mean, story is still really good. I just... sometimes I'm just like, some characters I feel like... I think that's the issue of My Hero. There's too many good characters.
What a tragedy.
Yeah, there's too many good characters, so it's like, your favorite... If your favorite doesn't get the screen time, you're like, no.
I know that
Bullshit.
feeling.
Yeah. Fucking... I really want Tomura to come out with that, like, just... Like, you see the thing with him going into the cocoon kind of thing, where it's like, but when you emerge, everything will be in your grasp. He looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like a demon. Like, he's got like butterfly wings. Oh shit! If he comes out with butterfly wings, I don't know how that would work properly, but like, oh yo, no, it'd be a cape. He'd come out and he'd look like he had like monarch butterfly wings, like, but it's like looks like a cape at first when he first shows up, and then just yeah, and he's just got these big fucking wings.
That'd be
Like,
pretty
I love that visual, like, because it doesn't happen nearly enough where, like, it looks like someone has a cape and then just wings.
sure.
Like, it would be really, really dumb and have no logical reason for existing other than, oh, I just stole that quirk, but it would be really cool visually.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope. Okay.
I think that's... Is there anything else we want to talk about? Or, because I feel like I steamrolled you guys a little bit.
No, pretty much it.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright,
Seems
well,
like we covered everything.
yeah. Alright, who wants to do the outro? Because I don't want to do it, because I don't feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah, same. I don't want to lie to anyone.
Shit. Fuck you. Alright, well, okay, so we're gonna... So that's it for... Say the title.
Uh,
Present
Add the
Mike
title in
presents the fucking this shit.
Present Mike presents the present chapter. Not presented by Present Mike.
Yeah, there ends that. I'm never gonna remember that. I'm just gonna have to come up with an acronym for it when I upload it. So hopefully we will get better at uploading these like frequently enough. I don't think we have any real schedule conflicts the next week, right?
Not that I know of.
I don't think so. Yeah, so we should be fine. I'm looking forward to what's going on. I'm hoping there's not a I'm hoping there's not any time skip because that'd be really annoying. Yeah. So look, keep an eye out next week, whichever day we make it, because we still haven't decided on that properly, but it'll happen. Oh boy. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share on social media. If you're coming here from my community tab on my main channel, then hey, make sure you hit the fucking subscribe button. Oh boy, oh jeez. And tell your friends. Anyone else have anything else they want to put in?
Don't forget to buy Truman's shirt on the Teespring link down below. Hashtag BuyDad merch.
Who is this Truman of who you speak? I don't know this person. Fucking don't you dare you assuming my gender, bitch.
Oh no.
Oh jeez, yeah, but yeah, I mean, hey,
it's real NBA
maybe.
hours.
Oh no. Maybe one day we'll have shirts. I don't know. I've been wanting shirts for a while, but I'm lazy and poor at design. So yeah, remember, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. More importantly of all, see you a real